Hi guys, this is Tina again. Today I would like to do a video for you about guilt and about fear. These are two culprits behind receiving our answers to our prayers. And for those of us who are praying about a soulmate, a twin flame, and about love in our lives, more romance, this is very important. So I will today ask the angels and the fairies what they have to say about this. And I have the angel therapy deck with me here. We're going to start with that. Then I have the healing with the angels also, and the healing with the fairies, and also Archangel Michael, of course, and the Archangel Oracle cards. When I shuffled the decks, a card fell out, and it was actually the God box. It's a very beautiful card, but I will save it for a while because I think we shall start with the second card instead. And it was this card: you are profoundly clairvoyant. How many of you have been scared to explore the gifts that you feel you have? I know that there are many of you out there that have had this gift since you were little children. And actually it is like this, that all kids have these abilities. They see and hear things that the adults long ago shuffled away as not true, not being true. But the kids have their senses open, and some of us don't shut this function down when we get older. And it's very hard for a little kid who sees things that no one else sees. And you might start to question yourself, your abilities. And what this card is saying here is that trust what you see in your mind, in your mind's eye, as well as with your physical sight. And your mind's eye is the third eye located here in your forehead, on your forehead. Your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. And I don't know what tradition you come from. Maybe you don't have a religious tradition at all. I myself come from the Christian tradition, Western tradition, and I have a religious mindset with me since very long back. I became a Christian when I was a teenager, actually, and I have always believed in God in some way. So I have a long tradition behind me with a mindset, and in the Christian tradition it's not allowed to explore these things. We are often talking about that what you hear and what you see is from the wrong sources. It might be from the devil or a demon or something. So you get scared, and when fear comes in, everything is wrong. But for me, it was like this. I had an experience several years back. I think it's 7 years back now, and I won't tell you about this in this video, but I will tell you that this experience changed my life, and it opened my eyes that there are other words living beside our word that is just as real as this physical word that we can see, hear, and touch and smell. So the angels showed me that there are other possibilities, other explanations to things that happen than what I had in my religious mindset. So this was the start for me, and because I had this notion that this is wrong, I shouldn't actually listen to this. It took me a while before I dared to listen. But when I started to listen to what I heard and what I saw, a whole new world opened for me, and actually God opened for me too, in a way that I have never experienced Him before. And I will also talk about this some other time, but it would take too much time now. So what we will concentrate on is that all people have this ability as a kid, and most of us shut it down because we think it's us that's something wrong with. You know what I mean? Okay. So as we have established this now, we will go to the next card, which was actually Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is the powerful archangel who can help us get rid of fear. And it says like this on the card: you're working very closely with this powerful archangel who's protecting and guiding you through this situation. And if you are in this situation that you are discovering your own abilities and you don't know if you can trust what you see and what you hear and what you feel, then I suggest you work with Archangel Michael, because he can help you discover your true self. And Archangel Michael is a very loving angel. He doesn't care about what tradition you come from, if you are a Christian, a Muslim, or a Hindu, or anything else. You might not even be a religious person. He doesn't care. He loves you anyway, as God do and as all the angels do. They love us unconditionally. And I suggest that you pray and work with Archangel Michael to help you to discover all the abilities that you have. And he will help you to get rid of all your fears. And that's a very beautiful thing. And also, if you are looking for love, then you do have to get rid of the fears to actually accept that you can be loved as you are. The book says, you drew this card as validation of what you already known or suspected. Archangel Michael is with you right now. And Michael's name means he who is like God. And he is the angel who eradicates fear, as I said before. And he also is the guardian angel that will protect you. And you can actually borrow his shield and his word to protect yourself against negative energies and against negative people. And he will do that. The next card I got was from the Healing with the Angels, and surprise, surprise, it is healing. And as you can see on this beautiful card, it's an angel sitting beside a sleeping woman. And often the angels come to us in our sleep. They are talking to us, they are teaching us things while we are asleep. Because when we are asleep, we don't have these walls that the mind sets up. The mind is asleep, and the angel can know and touch our soul. So much healing will go on while you are asleep, actually. And it's a very beautiful thing to invite the angels to come and heal you and take away the fears and the anguish you have. And they can do that while you are asleep. So it's a very beautiful message from the angels. The next card is also from the Healing with the Angels, and it's enchantment. Look at this beautiful horse here. Actually, it's a unicorn, and a unicorn is a magical creature, and it's a creature that loves kids, and they love the childlike expression we humans have. And what this card actually is saying is that you are to go back to the magical wondrous times when you were a kid. Go back and look at things with new eyes. Open your eyes for the possibilities that there are other worlds that are beautiful and sacred, and that there are beings here of light that will help you on your way home again. And open your eyes again and see as a child sees. So what I think is, it will tell us light workers, it is that you have to connect with your inner child again to be able to use the gifts, all of the gifts that God and the angels have for us. The next card is from Healing with the Fairies, and surprise, surprise, it is Inner Child. Look at this beautiful angel. She's carrying a little child in her arms. And the fairies wants to tell us right now that you can carry your own child, your own inner child in your arms, and tell her or tell him that you love him and her. You love him and her. And there's nothing to be scared of. And as an adult, we can be afraid of many things, but many fears stem from past experiences we had when we were kids, when we were younger. And some of these experiences even stem from another lifetime. And you don't know why you are so afraid of some things. But you have had these experiences and they have made an imprint on your soul. And you have to get rid of these imprints to be free. And it's possible to be free again and not scared of anything at all, actually. And you can, as an adult, take your inner child in your arms and talk mildly to her or him and tell her or him that there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm here. I will take care of you. I will always be there for you. I will always love you. And your inner child will experience healing as you do so. And you can pray to the angels to do like this beautiful angel in this card, to come to you and comfort you in times of sorrow, in times of trials. They can come and comfort you in your dreams, when you are asleep, and also while you are awake. You can experience the angels. And it's always a peaceful, very peaceful and calming, soothing presence when the angels come into the room. And sometimes they might show themselves to you, but often they just come as a gentle breeze, or you just know they are there. The next card from the Healing with the Fairies was Magic of Nature. And as I said before, the fairies are little nature angels. You can see them here. They're holding a ring. And the fairies take care of the nature, and they also are very good at manifestation and to take care of our physical needs. So if we need more love in our lives, more sex perhaps, if we need money to help us get started, they can help us. And the only thing they want in exchange is that you are taking care of the nature the best way you know how. And they will show you what you can do for nature, for Mother Nature, if you're asking them to. And then I drew a card from Archangel Michael, and it's this beautiful card. Honor and trust your feelings. So, if it's not news to you, you have a soul, you have a heart. And the heart is located here in your heart chakra, in your chest. And your heart is always telling you the truth. Whenever you feel uncomfortable or sad or feel that something is wrong, then probably something is wrong. And whenever you feel calm inside, even though there are storms outside, they're blowing around you and everything is just collapsing around you, and you are still calm here, then your heart is right. You know that your heart will always take care of you, and this is what Archangel Michael says here. I will read something from the book here. I think I have to have my glasses for this one. Archangel Michael urges you to look inward and listen, for this card is a sign that your feelings are accurately tuned in to the truth. Some of these feelings may be uncomfortable to face, yet they're with you for an important reason. If you are conflicted, sit down with pen and paper and conduct an interview with your emotional self by asking, what are you feeling and why? What would you like me to do? Your feelings will speak loudly and clearly if you keep an open mind and trust what you hear. And we have to respect this inner voice that's talking to us, because we can actually shut the door to the inner voice. And our life will be so poor, so miserable if we do. And we cannot experience life as fully as we are meant to do. So if you open up your heart and listen to your heart, then you will be okay. The card says, thank you, Archangel Michael, for supporting, guiding, and protecting me as I listen to and act upon my feelings. Help me understand and express my emotions with love. And actually, I did a releasing for myself today, where I wrote down everything, every fear and everything I could think of on a piece of paper and then burned it. And now we are going to talk about the gold box, because this is another way that you can do to heal yourself, that will help you. The card says, write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put in a special container called a gold box, as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. So you can either do this, you can put all your feelings, all your sad feelings and sorrows and all your worries in this little box, and then give it symbolically to God as this beautiful angel does, and let go of it. Or you can do as I did, you burn the paper or flush it down the toilet or anything. So you will get rid of it, and it's a symbolic gesture that we do. But it can actually help us to release any fear and any worry and also guilt that we have. And before we take the last card here, I will talk some about guilt. Many religions and traditions are talking a lot about guilt. And that is the backside with the religions. Because if you put guilt on people, and you are telling them that you cannot do this because then you are bad and condemned and whatever, then the guilt actually weighs down the person so that they are closer to what they don't want to be. But if we can release guilt to God, we can release all the guilt and all the fear that we have to God, and help the angels to carry it away from us. Just as Jesus talked about that we are going to release the guilt to him and he will carry it away for us. This is the beautiful, beautiful message of the Christianity, that Jesus came to take away our sins. And our sins can be real sins, but it can also be symbolically about how we feel about each other, about ourselves mostly. We can feel guilt when there actually is no guilt, when we actually are as innocent as this little child here. And our parents or other people can put guilt on us that is not ours. And this can weigh down our lives. so we get so heavy that we cannot walk. And this is not the way of God, people. This is not the way of God. And if you want to let love into your life, you have to get rid of all the guilt. I can take an example here from my own life. As I have told you before, I got a divorce several years ago, and I had a lot of guilt before I took that decision, because from my tradition, you're not supposed to get a divorce. You're supposed to live with the man that you marry all your life, and you're supposed to have kids and grow old together. And I had this, for me, I had this notion that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to marry, and I'm going to live with the same man the rest of my life, and I'm going to have kids with him, and I'm going to get old with him, and we're going to grow old together, you know. This is very sweet. But sometimes in life, people change, or you change, and you are going in different directions, and that's what happened to us. But still I had this guilt for my kids. Am I going to put them through this? I have promised them that we would stay together, especially my oldest son. He was mad at me when I told him that I didn't love his dad anymore. He was mad at me, and I felt this guilt inside. I'm doing the wrong thing. So I struggled with this for 2 years before I realized that God loves me anyway. And He doesn't want me to stay in a bad relationship just because of my kids. You know, you can be a good mother and a good father even without living with your kids. And actually now they are turning to me when they have problems. They are calling me when they have problems with love. And it's a nice thing that you can be a mother even though you don't live with your kids anymore. So it doesn't have to be bad. It's more cruel to your kids to stay in a bad relationship where you are unhappy and your partner is unhappy and you are fighting all the time, or just silent. You know, you can kill people with your silence. That's possible, actually. And this is not a loving home for kids to grow up in. And that does not create safety for kids. So if you have to go,